Hello everyone and welcome to another game of Squirrels Baseball. I am Aaron and we've got game 2 against the Marlins coming up. Marlins got us yesterday. Final score was 3-2. Spent a lot of the game being 3-0. Scored a couple runs late to make it interesting, but couldn't get over the hump. No shame in that. It just, that happens sometimes. So see if we can bounce back before we get the bench guys in tomorrow. As you can see for now, the regular guys out there in the field. So we take a look at Panpaca Park. Got Graves on the mound today. That's usually a pretty good antidote to losing a game. And here comes Aaron Hill to start things off for the Marlins. So the Marlins, with that win yesterday, are now tied with the Phillies for the division lead out in the East. Hill starts off the game with the ground ball to third, Chief on to first for the first out of the game. So here's Indy Chavez. First pitch a slider for strike one. Curveball misses low, I presume. Don't think it was inside. Gets a swing and a miss on that curveball. Lined foul down the left field side. Still 1-2. This is going to be a base hit into center field, just out of the reach of Joey. One on with one out, and here is David Wright. Got a home run to dead center yesterday. It was the first run that Jonathan has given up all year. Goes down in 3 straight pitches in this at-bat, so we'll turn to Josh Willingham. He fouls the first pitch off of his foot. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So the Marlins with a hit but no runs to start the game. Kester's going to lead it off for the Squirrels. Does not appear to be any changes in the lineup for the Marlins. Bonzer, Brett Bonzer, something with the B. Anyway, he's on the mound. Might be Matt Bonzer. I think it is Matt now that I think about it a little harder. Anyway, starts Kester off with strike 1. Bounces in that changeup. And a ground ball to first for the first out for the Squirrels. Here is Marvin. He will bat left-handed. Line drive into right field. That'll fall in for the first hit of the game for Indianapolis. Chief at the plate now. One on with one out as they check over on Marvin, who does like to run. He likes running better than I like him to run. Chief looks at a strike. Looks at another strike. Grounds this one through the right side of the infield. Marvin will stay at second. So runners now on first and second with one out for Terry. And he will ground this one to Jacobs, but had to find somebody covering a base. They finally get it out at second. Leaves runners on the corners for Frank with 2 outs. First fastball up and away. There's a called strike. Swing and a miss makes it 1-2. This will not get through. Caught over there at third base, and that will end the inning. Neither team score, though both teams with hits in the first inning. Mike Jacobs is going to start things off for Florida in the second.
Number 17, Mike Jacobs, first baseman.
He will take strike one, a slider to the outside corner. Another slider, with this one down and away. Fouled off his foot, and apparently that one hurt a little bit. They're going to take a quick look at him. Oh, it's bad enough they are going to change players. So here comes Carroll in to hit. I am not sure which Carroll off the top of my head. Brett Carroll, apparently, taking over with a 1-2 count, and he immediately goes down swinging. That's a tough spot to be in as a pinch hitter in that situation, so can't blame him. Cody Ross had a very good game yesterday. He's got a 1-1 count in this at-bat. He'll look at strike two. Fastball up and away. Ross doesn't chase it. Called strike three. Ross doesn't like the call, but we are going to move on to Livingston. Nobody on base with 2 outs. First pitch is a curveball right in there. Slider gets ground to Joey, and that will end the inning. Still no runs on the board as we go to the bottom of the second, where Tom will lead it off for the Squirrels. Carroll is going to head out to center field. Indy Chavez comes out of the game, and I think it said Hanrahan is going to come in to play third. We'll see exactly how that all plays out in the lineup. Hanrahan should be batting, second, but the game's not always good with double switches like that, so we'll see how it actually happens. Tom, in the meantime, has been patient, has a 3-1 count. And, I thought that was going to be a ball, but Bonzer gets the call. Full count now, and then a called strike three on the inner half. One down. Here is Zach. First pitch down and away. Fastball right down the middle. Zach swings and misses. Another swing and a miss makes it a 1-2 count. This is going to get through the left side of the infield for a base hit. Runner on first with one away. Joey at the plate. He'll look at strike one. This one's fouled away down the left side. 0-2. Right up the middle, that will get down for a base hit. 2 on with only 1 out, but the pitcher's spot up. Graves without a hit this year. Best thing he can do is probably bunt. Now he shows it after taking strike one and gets down a good one. He'll run it out, but it will be a successful sacrifice. 2 outs, but 2 runners in scoring position. Kester at the plate. Comes through with the base hit into right center field, and this will score the first 2 runs of the game. That'll bring Marvin to the plate. Got a base hit in his first at-bat, and he'll look at strike one here. Kester still standing on first as Bonzer gets the call for strike 2. Let's get over... Oh, no, it wasn't. Sorry. I guess Henry came in to play first. David Wright's at third base. Anyway, Squirrels get 2 runs in that inning. We go to the third, where Asdrubal Cabrera, who also had a good game yesterday, steps into the box. Starts off with the backdoor curve for strike 1. Swing and a miss on the changeup. And there'll be a ground ball to second. Kester on first for the first out of the inning. Here is Bonzer. Boof Bonzer. So I was right. Something with a B. Who names their kid Boof? I'm guessing that's a nickname. He grounds out in any case. Brings Aaron Hill to the plate. He ground out in his first at-bat, I'm fairly sure. 4 strikeouts for Graves the first time through the, Marlins order. It's got Aaron Hill with an 0-2 count. Hill swings and misses for strike 3, and that'll end the top of the third. Go to the bottom half of the inning where the Squirrels are leading by 2, and they will lead off with Chief at the plate. Chief got a base hit the first time up. This time up, Cody Ross is able to get in there and make the grab. Here is Terry, ground out in his first at-bat. Fastball a bit too high. And slider, similar pitch, but this time Bonser gets the call. That fastball's inside, 2-1. Puts this one in the air, but not very far. Cabrera, standing in the shallow outfield grass, makes the grab. 2 down. Here is Frank, credited with a line out in his first at-bat. Looks at strike 1. That ball was low. 1-1. This one too high. 2-1. Swing and a miss. We'll make it 2-2. And this line drive up the middle for a base hit. So here's Tom. He is so far as the lone strikeout in the game for Bonser. He's got 2 outs and a runner on first. He will look at strike 1 on a curveball. Puts this one up the middle for a base hit. Frank going on to third base. Here comes the throw, and Frank is thrown out. I thought that might be a little ambitious, and sure enough, that will end the inning. So 2-0 Squirrels lead as we go into the fourth. Squirrels out hitting the Marlins 7-1. Jack Hanahan with his first at-bat of the day came in as part of I guess you'd say a delayed double switch after Jacobs hurt his foot fouling the ball off of it. He will swing and miss, and that'll be the first strikeout of this inning. David Wright struck out in his first at-bat. Graves up to 6 strikeouts on the day. David Wright down 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. David Wright again goes down on 3 straight pitches. So 2 away, bases empty. Josh Willingham struck out in his first at-bat and starts off behind in the count here. Hits this one into center field. Marvin waiting for it, and he makes the grab. So still a 2-0 Squirrels lead as we go to the bottom half of the fourth, where Zach will lead it off. Zach got a base hit in his first at-bat. He'll ground this one to third. Wright will take care of that. 1 away. Here's Joey. Came up with the base hit up the middle in his first at-bat. And he will look at strike 1 here. This one hit to first. Hanahan fields it on a bounce and then goes to step on the bag. 2 away. Here's Graves. Had a sac bunt in his first at-bat, which led to the 2 RBI single from Kester. So that should not go overlooked. He's got a 1-1 count in this at-bat. Hits this one in the air. Bonser's going to take it himself in front of the mound, and that will end the inning. We go to the fifth. Squirrels up 2-0, and Carroll is going to come to the plate with his first real at-bat of the game. He is credited with a strikeout. He swung and missed at the first pitch he saw, but he, again, came in with a 1-2 count, so he didn't have a whole lot of options out there. So in his first true at-bat, he starts off with a 2-0 count. Looks at a strike. Hits this one to short. Joey short hops in and gets it to first. 1 away. Here's Cody Ross. He struck out in his first at-bat. That pitch is outside. This is pulled foul, not by much. pretty close to the line. Swing and a miss will make it 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 away. Here's Livingston, who ground out in his first at-bat. Starts off with a fastball for a strike. Grounds this one off his foot, but he seems fine. Hits this one up the middle, and that will be a base hit. I do believe only the second one today for the Marlins. And as Drupal Cabrera, 1 on with 2 outs, starts off with a slider for strike 1. Pops up the changeup. Tom cannot catch up to it. So it'll make it an 0-2 count. A slider put to second, Kester to first, and that'll end the top half of the 5th inning. 2-0 Squirrels, and they will be back at the top of their order here in the 5th. Kester 1 for 2 on the day. Looks at strike 1. Swings and misses to make it 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 down. Here is Marvin. He is 1 for 2 today. Looks at strike 1. Pops this one up. Bonzer will field it himself for the second out of the inning. So here comes Chief. He is singled and flown out to right. Slider stays outside. That slider called a strike. 1-1. This is fouled away over by the Squirrels' dugout. Pitch down and away, and then a swing and a miss to end the inning. We go to the 6th. Squirrels still leading 2-0. The Marlins will start off with Bonzer at the plate for the 6th inning. It does appear they are going to let Bonzer hit. He ground out in his first at-bat. He'll start off with a changeup that wasn't real close to the zone. Better changeup gets called a strike on the inside corner. Fastball also on the inner half makes it 1-2. And does not chase that slider. 2-2. Bonzer swings a bat, fouls that off his foot. Now he's going to be looked at. And it looks like he's going to stay in the game. 2-2 count. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 down. Here is Aaron Hill. He is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Graves sitting at 9 strikeouts. I'm sure he would love to get to 10 one of these last 2 outs. He's got Hill with an 0-2 count. Oh, breaks his bat on a slowish roller to Joey. 2 down, so here comes Hanahan on his second at-bat. He struck out in his first at-bat and looks at a strike here. That slider runs outside. That one closer to the zone, gets a swing and a miss. This one popped foul, we'll try it again. It's a 1-2 count. That one too low, makes it 2-2. Called strike 3. Graves gets that 10th strikeout, and we move to the bottom of the 6th inning. Squirrels still ahead 2-0. Terry's going to lead it off. Terry 0 for 2 today. Swings and misses at that fastball down the middle. Hits this one into the outfield, and that'll get down for a base hit. Leadoff single will bring Frank to the plate. He is 1 for 2 today. And he'll ground this to short. Hill goes to second with it. Throw on to first in time. 6-4-3 double play. Actually thought Frank might beat that out, but a good turn there by whoever is playing second. Hill. No, Hill's playing short. Cabrera, Asdrubal Cabrera made a good turn at second base. Goodness gracious, that shouldn't have been so hard. Tom swings and misses at the first pitch, and then that fastball is a bit high. This one up and in makes it 2-1. Swing and a miss makes it 2-2. That pitch is a bit low. Full count. Fouled away. We'll try it again. So again, full count, 2 outs, nobody on base. Swing and a miss, strike 3. We'll go to the 7th inning. The Squirrels still leading 2-0. The Marlins will start off with David Wright at the plate. Graves has given us 6 excellent innings. It's time for Jones to take over and do his thing. That'll bring Martinez into the game to catch. All right, David Wright has struck out in both at-bats. Both of them, he's only seen 6 pitches today. Make it 7. They've all been strikes. There's his first ball. There's the first one he puts in play, a ground ball to second for the first out of the inning. Still progress. Josh William, also 0 for 2, a strikeout and I do believe a ground out. Watches that pitch up by his face, and then one by his feet to make it 2-0. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Another breaking ball gets a swing and a miss to make it 2-2. Called strike 3 on an elevated fastball. 2 down. Here is Brett Carroll. His second real at bat as he grounds out to first on the first pitch. And that'll bring us to the stretch. Squirrels up 2-0. Zach to bat on the other side. Accidentally hit the Wii a little bit as I put the microphone back in position. I'm surprised that didn't cause problems from one end or the other. It looks like we're smooth sailing on this recording. Zach at the plate has an 0-2 count. Bonzer gets a 3-pitch strikeout. And Bonzer is still out there in the 7th. Joey, 1 for 2 on the day. That pitch is down and away. There's a called strike to make it 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2. And a ground ball to second, and that will be the second out of the inning. Here comes Martinez with his first at-bat, I feel like in a little bit. He looks at a strike right down the middle. That was the first pitch he saw. This one, a slider that stays inside. Fouled away. That'll make it a 1-2 count. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that is it for the 7th inning. Squirrels still lead 2-0. Cody Ross will start things off for the Marlins in the 8th. Put him into Joey's spot to bring in Phil. Switch these guys around. All right. So Hermida will come in to do his setup work. All right, Ross has struck out in both at-bats today. So I'm definitely keeping a much better lid on him than we did yesterday. He's got a 1-1 count to start this at-bat. He'll ground this one. Who will grab it? Looks like Chief did, and that will be the first out of the inning. He and Kester kind of came together out there. Livingston 1 for 2 on the day. Looks at strike 1. Looks at strike 2. Curveball gets a swing and a miss for strike 3. Here is Asdrubal Cabrera. I do believe he has ground out in both at-bats today. Watches that curveball bounce in. Better curveball gets a swing and a miss. Yet another curveball gets a swing and a miss. Fastball fouled away. Still 1-2. Goes back to the curve, and he will watch it for strike 3. So we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Squirrels still ahead 2-0, and they will be back at the top of their order to start the bottom half of the 8th. Just bump the mic again. Getting sloppy out here. Kester looks at this one down and in. There's a called strike. Ground ball to second. Cabrera on to first. 1 away. So here is Marvin. He is 1 for 3 so far. All at-bats. Of course, Bonds are still in the game, so I guess that's not surprising that all at-bats have been left-handed. Puts this one into shallow center, and Carroll isn't able to get there, so that will be a base hit for Marvin. Runner on first with 1 out. Chief 1 for 3 on the day. Looks at a strike. This one too low. 1-1. Ground ball through the right side of the infield. Hanrahan did not seem interested in making a play on it at all. Marvin made his way to third, so runners on the corners with 1 out. Terry at the plate will take a ball up and away. This one also too high. There's a called strike on the inside corner. Swing and a miss to make it 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 down. Here is Frank. Runner still on the corners, but now with 2 outs as he swings and misses at the first pitch. Looks at strike 2. And this up by Frank's face. He does not swing. Swings at this one, but comes up empty, and that will end the 8th inning. We go into the 9th. The Marlins are going to need 2 runs to stay alive. They're going to start with the pitcher spot in their lineup, which they will pinch hit for. For right now, that is going to be David DeLucci. Though we are going to go get Shibuya, who is starting to put up some saves now. Just plain didn't get used a whole lot earlier in the year, that first month. I think he's at 11 saves at the moment. All right, DeLucci does indeed stay in there to hit, and he will take a fastball for a strike. Breaking ball stays low. Changeup outside, probably low as well. Goes back to the fastball, it's outside. 3-1. It's a swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch to make it a full count. And then looks at a fastball for strike 3. 1 down. Here is Aaron Hill. I do believe he is 0 for 3 so far. So he watches that pitch come too far inside. This one stays low. Breaking ball in there for a strike. This one doesn't quite make it back to the corner. 3-1. There's a strike on the outside corner. Full count. Ground ball back to Shibuya, though he can't bring it in. Phil cleans up the mess, so mark that one down 1-4-3 in your scorebooks. Jack Hanahan has struck out in both at-bats he's had today, and he will look at strike one here. That pitch runs outside. Ground ball. Shibuya watches it go to Kester. I thought he might try to make a play on it, but does not matter. Your final score today, Florida Marlins 0, Indianapolis Squirrels 2, and they hopefully start a new win streak right here and now. There's really only one meaningful swing of the bat, and it's not this one. There it is. That scored both runs of this game. There was a whole lot of zeros after that. All right, Kester, your player of the game for, again, driving in both runs of the game. Thank you, everybody, for watching. If you'd like to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, feel very free. Otherwise, we'll finish up here with the Marlins and see who wins this series tomorrow. We'll see you then.